Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. I can't believe this is the last ever show of the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast. It's amazing to have been with you for 79 or no, sorry, 80, exactly 80 episodes. Today is the 80th episode. I can't believe that. Put a hashtag live if you're watching it live. Put a hashtag replay if you're watching it on a replay later on. Put where in the comments, put where you're watching it from, because I want to see who is watching today. I sent a lot of invites to a lot of people I work with for the past 2 years. So I want to take you back through the whole journey of what happened for the past 2 years. I started that program with completely different name. And I changed it I changed it this year to be the Red Dot Speaker Star program with the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast. What you're watching it right now with completely different newsletter. So put hashtag live and put where you're watching it from so I can see who is watching today. So let's just I'm gonna give you very quick overview what happened just in 2 years. It's unbelievable. I started with 4 modules, and that was back in January 2021. With the module to mobilize, so people can mobilize themselves to start thinking, not just dreaming, but thinking seriously about TEDx and doing a TEDx talk. Then to make it as to create the script, to master it, meaning to learn how to present it on stage perfectly and amazingly well. There is no such thing as a perfect, but really powerfully. And to magnify and to learn how to diffuse the TEDx talk on everywhere around the world. So millions of thousands of millions of people to watch their talk. And earlier this year in 2022, I added the 5th module, which is called Maximize. Basically, for those of you who are business professional, I added that specific module to learn how to maximize the effect of your TEDx talk. And you know what happened? One of my mentors, her talk was published several weeks ago, and I literally the next day after it has been published, she sent me a message saying that 2 people contacted her and said that they so much loved her TEDx talk. They were so inspired by what she said on TEDx that they wanted to consider them, the 2 people, as potential clients. So yes, it's a huge effect of everything what to do. Let me see the comments. Good morning, Ilona. Good afternoon. You are in Germany. Oh gosh, thank you so much for watching it. It's such a pleasure. You're one of the miracles which are happening in my life, and I'm gonna share that later on, because it's an interesting story how you came. Good morning, Gail, from Canada. That is so early. So you have indeed created such an amazing process and system. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming to my training and to trusting me to train you for TEDx. I know you didn't do the TEDx yet, but I know you're gonna do it. Like there's like no doubt at all. So a retrospective what happened just in 2 years, which I can't believe. Really, I can't believe what happened. And I posted this morning because I was like, what? like I literally, I'll tell you what, when I decided to be a coach for TEDx speakers, I said, okay, there are many reasons why I want you to be a coach for TEDx speakers, and one of them was because this was my way to transform the world, literally through your TEDx talk, through all the people watching your TEDx talk. It was my way to transform all these lives, because me helping you to do your TEDx talk and your TEDx talk transforming all these millions of people's lives around is just it's huge. Good morning, Ingo, in Canada. That is so good to have you here. Um, so the aim in my head was that if I need to put some kind of quantity as to say later on, I didn't know I'm gonna get to that point of last time of basically stopping my coaching program. But when I started it, I said, how would I say, you know what, I can measure it and I can say that was a huge success. And in my head, I put that the aim, what I want to do, to have, is to every single person I trained and they did a TEDx talk to be in the top 25% of most watched TEDx talks on YouTube, because YouTube is public, because people can go on YouTube, they can see like the amount of the views, and that was my own KPI, like as a business person and as a former digital transformation director. I was like, okay, this is gonna be in my head. So guess what happened? Every single person who I trained so far in 2 years and did a TEDx talk is in the top 25% of most watched TEDx talks. And that is like huge for me. Like I was like, I just can't believe that. It was massive. It was huge. And then what happened, I was like, wait a minute, what else I can actually see that I did in 2 years? And when I started digging, I was like, what? So look at that. The total views, I did it 2 days ago. Um, I did a statistics as of how many views across all the mentees what I helped, like people who I trained one-to-one and people I just did the SEO analysis and I attached the SEO analysis. Have in mind that not all my mentees and not all the people I trained have been on TEDx. All 8 of them are waiting for their TEDx talk to be published. So those who has been published, and again, the oldest TEDx talk was like 2 years ago, just in 2 years. The total views is 4.2 million views, which basically for me was like, so in a way, I changed the life of 4.2 million people around the world. And for me, this is like seriously huge, like amazingly huge. And one of the TEDx talks, I'm so proud of this lady. Her TEDx talk was chosen to be also featured as a TED talk, and that talk reached 1.9 million views so far. It's massive. And when we were chatting with her for the strategies what she took, it was one of the strategies, basically what I teach and preach, all the time. And I've got like, how many? I've got like 52 strategies. She used one of them. It was like huge. Wow. Ilona is saying I'm clapping. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ilona. It's absolutely amazing. Talk about impact. I know it's just like, yeah, it's mind-blowing. I have to say, like completely mind-blowing. So here's just to continue. Then I said, okay, so how many followers actually, like how many people followed me on the 4 major platforms? Because I'm only on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And to be honest, I stopped using Instagram when I started the Red Dot Speaker Star program. So all the 1.2 thousand people on Instagram, actually, because I was a business transformation, but all these people start coming to LinkedIn to watch me, and they start coming on YouTube to watch me, and they start coming to my Facebook business page. So it's amazing. So huge thank you to all the 21,000, like nearly 22,000 people who followed me and have been, like, all of you telling me that I brought a lot of value to your life and clarity around TEDx and a lot of tips and hacks and tricks for TEDx. That is absolutely amazing. I love that vision, that your vision was to reach the world through the words of your mentees. It is. It's just. It was my way of like. So I'm gonna stop here actually. As Ilona, thank you so much for your message. You know what happened? Like I don't speak that often, but I was one of the first people with COVID in London who catched COVID in London. That was I catched on 5th of March 2020, and what happened was that my lungs were so badly impacted that I couldn't breathe. I had my third near-death experience. I survived at the end of the day, and I had to. At some point when I got up from bed, I opened my emails and I realized that I lost all my clients. I was a digital transformation director at that point. And I had to take measurements like really quickly, because without incomes, you can't really live in London, I can tell you, because it's everything which you need to pay for bills is quite expensive. So I had to basically go back to my parents, which happened to live in the middle of Bulgaria, in a mountain which is famous with the crystal clean air. And because of this, we have like 3 hospitals for lungs disease. I was like, best place to be, right? So when I came back and I recovered, my lungs were getting better. I was like, what I'm going to do now? Like 19 years in digital transformations, what is next? And that is when I said to myself, well, I can take it from a very negative way, or I can take it from a very positive way. Why don't I look at the whole situation as a blank canvas? What do I want to do in my life? And Ilona, what happened was that I said to myself, you know what, if I want to, like I know I'm born and I was born, and my mission is to impact like really huge amount of people in the world. And that is when TEDx came to my mind. That is when I start, training people to become TEDx speakers. That's how the program was born, and it was just amazing, absolutely amazing. We follow you because we love you. Thank you so much. I love you so much, Ingo, and all of you. It has been such a journey to meet you, because Ingo, I met you, Ilona as well. I met you because of the program. So thank you so much, David. David Marsh, everyone. Oh my God, thank you so much for joining. It's such a pleasure to see you here. For all of you who is watching right now, please go on LinkedIn and connect with David, because first of all, he's amazing. Secondly, he's an amazing friend of mine. And also he has an alternative board, which is just the place to transform businesses and to become a leadership. Like it's a leadership program to become amazing leader. I love how your program was born. Yes, it was. And now is stay till the end. It's gonna be as usually like 30 minutes in total show. But I'm gonna tell you what else was born lately, because wow, that is huge, like huge. It's just amazing. I can't wait to tell you. But let's just go back to retrospective journey of the 2 years. The newsletter, the Red Dot Speaker Star newsletter, was born on 3rd of November 2021. That is when literally LinkedIn opened up newsletters to be public. So I was like, hands on, like bring it on, I'm in. So that was the first day when I published my very first article. And yesterday, I published my 61st article. So you can, what is 13 months? For 13 months, I published 61 articles as part of this newsletter. It's my 126th article in general on LinkedIn. and in general 126 articles what I wrote in my life. I can tell you that if someone came to me, I would say like even 3 years ago, and they would say like, you will be publishing like articles every week, and those articles are gonna be like massive amount of subscribers. I've got 3,080 subscribers. Thank you so much. On LinkedIn plus 20 more on Medium. So I have 3,100 subscribers for my newsletter, specifically the Red Dot Speaker Star newsletter. I'm not counting the previous newsletters, articles what I wrote on LinkedIn. So that is huge as well. It's just amazing. It makes me massively smile. Mark, well done, buddy. Amazing what you achieved. Thank you so much, Mark. Love you. Please connect with Mark. He is a leader, an amazing leader. But also, what I love about Mark is that he used his how you call it, like on my way to say gifts, because it is your gift, Mark, but you call it hobby. Stop calling it hobby, because this is your gift. What Mark does is that he recently published a book with all his photographies, because he took a project of Mark. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but were they 15 women which were leaders in different industries? And what Mark did was to take photos of each of those ladies and put them together, and then show to each of those amazing ladies all their characters and gifts what they've got through the lens of Mark's camera. It's amazing. Like, if you haven't seen his TEDx talks, go and watch it, because in his TEDx talk he put like 6 or 7 women. I watched it quite a few months ago. Oh gosh, sorry about that. But there were 6 or 7 women whose photographies Mark used in his TEDx talk to show it what you can do through, like very different lens of seeing the gifts of others. And that's what I love about you, Mark. Ingrid saying, can't wait to hear what's next. Thank you. Yes, it is coming. It's coming. Okay, so going back to retrospective, what has happened for the past 2 years? My YouTube channel is a miracle, and I'll tell you why. I did a huge F up, not just to not say the full words, but I feel like I train people like how to use SEO for YouTube, and how to. I don't train people how to use their YouTube channels. Okay, I don't do that, but I specialize specifically for TEDx SEO, which basically comes from the way how YouTube works and how Google works as SEO. And what happened was that my YouTube channel was created. I think it was created 5 years ago, and for some reasons I set it up to be. So here's the mistake. What I don't want you to do for your YouTube. Okay, please, please, please don't do the same F up like me. Like, that's me always teaching, right? But what I did 5 years ago when I created my YouTube channel, I didn't know much about setting up a new YouTube channel. And I tick a bloody box on YouTube which says content is made for kids. Please go to your settings. If you have that box ticked, untick it straight away. Make it that it's not made for kids. Because when I was like 5 years ago, most probably when I was doing my settings and I didn't know much, I was like, yeah, of course, like kids can also learn about business and digital transformations and all that. That was back then, 5 years ago. When I transformed the whole YouTube channel to be after this for the Red Dot Speaker Star, and I start putting all my live shows and like a lot of videos. These are like 78 episodes of the podcast, live podcast. Can you imagine that? No, sorry, 81 episodes today. And what happened was that because I put it that it's made for kids, my channel was only shown to kids, and kids don't give ... about TEDx, right? So please don't do that mistake, and make sure that your YouTube channel is set as not made for kids, because that means that your YouTube channel is going to be spread organically by YouTube to others. And this is where your audience is. I truly believe that. Okay. So when I went back 3 months ago to my YouTube channel and I find out why on earth people couldn't comment on my lives, couldn't comment on my videos, people couldn't, share it. And I start searching the issue. I find out that setting, I change it. Guess what happened? Boom, like a huge boom, because the whole podcast, which is on the YouTube channel, till now, mainly for the past 3 months, it has 350 hours watch time, just for the past 3 years, just for the Red Dot Speaker Star program. I'm excluding from those hours the time before the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast and all the videos. So this is only, I mean, for me, 350 hours watch time is quite massive. Good afternoon, Carol, because I'm saying afternoon, I'm checking my clock because you are in the UK. I know that. Oh, amazing that I have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, retrospective, back to what happened. I want to say a huge thank you to all the 54 people who did their TEDx talk and you trusted me to help you. And you were basically published. 8 of those 54 people were not yet published because your talks have been submitted. I know that. Because I helped you to submit your TEDx talk. I know that your talks are going to be success. And a huge thank you to all of you 26 people in addition that are trained and you didn't do your TEDx talk. Part of you are watching right now. Thank you so much for coming and joining me and celebrating 2 years of massive success. And I know that you're going to do your TEDx talk and I know it's going to be a huge success. So huge, huge, huge thank you for that. And I'm going to stop because I'm going to stop sharing that because what I want to do, I'm going to go back to Carol because I want to say a huge thank you for all of you who never connected with Carol Fossey. She was the lady who helped me when I was in the midst of crying and like looking for someone to help me, and I didn't have the money, I didn't have budget and I couldn't afford, hiring someone to help me with like social media and like training people and like, you run business, you know how it is, right? Carol jumped in and helped me to find an amazing person, Holly Hadley. Thank you so much. Mwah. So Holly and Carol helped me to train Holly and to have her as my right hand to be able to keep posting and massively enlarge the whole program of the Red Dot Speaker Star program. So thank you so much to both of you. You are absolutely blessing in my life. Kathleen, good morning, good afternoon. We love you. So Caitlin is calling me Brilliana, which is combination between brilliant and Biliana. Thank you so much. It always makes me laugh and smile. Connie is saying thank you for that info about Made for Kids. Yes, it's just gosh, it's like if I didn't make that f up back 5 years ago, or I knew and I changed it when I started my live podcast, most probably these 350 hours, most probably they would be like at least triple, like 3 more times than 350 hours. But you know what, it is what it is. Just move on, right? That's why I'm sharing, like, I did a mistake, I don't want you to do the same mistake. I still will do mine. Yes, you will do your TEDx talk, Ingo. Absolutely, yes. And Carol is saying, you're very welcome. Glad I could help. Oh, huge, 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 huge help. Okay, so I promise all of you, I've got 6 minutes left. I promise all of you to share what is next, right? Oh gosh, this is, oh my God, a journey. For some of you who don't know me that well, actually, well, all of you watching right now know me so well. You know that I meditate on a daily level. Daily. I meditate daily because I love speaking with my guides and my higher self and my ancestors, and they're fun. And I love speaking with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and different angels, and just it's like another show in my life. The moment when I sit and I do awareness meditations, it goes either really bad or really well. And I can tell those which are really well, it's a huge fun show. And I can tell you this, I'm gonna admit right now this. Last September, I was in a meditation, and I was in a completely like fifth dimension. And at some point, I had that download that the coaching business, what I do for TEDx speakers, is not my long-term business. I was like, what? Where that came from? What is going on, guys? And I have to admit this, okay, and I'm so totally not afraid to admit that. I resisted it, I rejected it, I procrastinated for more than 1 year now. Then this year in June, when Holly stopped working in my team, I was like, that's it. I'm closing the coaching program, and I'm gonna move on to what is coming next. And then somehow, don't ask me how, it was like my deadline was 4th of July. Put a yes in the comments if that happened to you. But as it was 4th of July, out of nowhere, it was September. I don't remember where July went and August went and September went, but it was end of September. So put a yes if that happened, like time disappeared, right? And then in September, I was like, wait a minute, like I've been procrastinating for 1 year now, and I am a true believer that when opportunities comes to you, it's like doors that open, right? And if you don't pay attention to those open doors, the doors close. And then later on is completely different opportunity and another door opened for us. And if you miss that opportunity, the doors close. Thank you so much, Ingo. You're saying yes. So have you had that? Put one in the comments if that happened to you, like seeing opportunities opening, and if you didn't take them, they closed, right? Put the two if you have never seen such kind of thing in your life. This is what happens for me. Like the doors start opening, and I was like, no, coaching business is my priority. Coaching business is my priority. What happened is that for the past 3 months, I started paying a lot more attention to those open doors. And what happened is that thank you, Gail. Yes, one, yes, and one. Thank you. Ilona, one. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And so what I start seeing is that doors start opening. And here's one thing I had to learn for the past, I don't know, like massively in the past 3 years, but the whole journey started back in 2014, I can tell you. What I had to learn is that I need to trust. I need to trust of those doors, opening doors and opening opportunities without asking the question, but why? Why is now? Why I need to do that? Do I really need to do it? Like, why this is happening? I don't think this is the right time in my life that this is happening. I had to learn hard way. I had to learn those. To stop asking why and to just trust. Okay. So here is the story, what I promised about Ilona. Say, okay, please go and connect with her. I don't know what is what is there, but it's a really interesting story. when someone comes to me and they say, I want to work with you, I want you to coach me, and I want you to help me with my TEDx talk, I always go and I literally, guys, for all of you watching right now, I did it except for Ilona at that time. I Google you and I find all the information about you, because I don't want to work with people who I know I cannot help. Okay, if I can't help, I'm directly saying and I said it to a lot of people, saying, I'm not sure if I can help you. I'm sorry, like, this is what I do, this is what you do, and they just, like, we just go in different directions. Okay. Ilona Selke came to me. She found me on my YouTube channel. She texted me on LinkedIn, and she asked me to help her. I literally, guys, I'm not kidding, I did not have any time to do my homework, to do the search of who is Ilona, and the reason why also I totally trusted and I said, yes, okay, I'll help you. I closed the program already. It was after October, and I closed the coaching program in end of October. And I said yes, because what happened was like a little miracle. Like one of my guides came to me and said, say yes to this lady. I was like, okay. So I said to Ilona, yes. And I was like, I'll figure it out later. I jump on a call, our first call with Ilona. And Ilona, I hope that you're okay to share that. But on the first call with Ilona, she started telling me who she is. I was completely unprepared, because my guide said, yes, take her over. And I was like, okay. And I went there, I was like, oh my God, like Ilona is saying that she is like Ilona is an amazing person. And I was like, I can't believe such kind of a like a huge name is like I'm speaking with the Ilona Selke. and then after our call, I went and I Googled Ilona, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to read your book, I can't wait to do this. And I was like, whoa, thank you, guys. So how that falls into what I'm doing next, I'll tell you exactly what is next. As the whole trust that when the doors and the opportunities open, I'm going to see them now. I needed that time. And that's the reason why I had to stop my whole coaching program. I need that time to be able to just sit still, which is still difficult for me. I can tell you, I've been always the busy running person, like transforming people's life, director, like digital transformations, all that. Stand still and listen to my guides. It takes time, and I had to make that time in my life. That is the first reason why I'm stopping the coaching program. The second reason is because every time right now when I listen to my guides and I just follow what they say, I'm meeting people like the Ilona Selke. I mean, it's amazing people, of all of you who I'm meeting. It's just a huge blessing. And as so many people of you is like, okay, what's next? So here's what is the first thing what I'm going to do next, because that also came in one of those, I call them downloads, those messages. I'm going to start a new podcast, guys. And that podcast is called Dream. You can take dream as a verb or dream as a noun, whichever way you want it. I need to do my research to see that there are no other podcasts with the same name, so I don't clash, with names and all that. But what it came to me that I need to host a new podcast is that I need to invite one person for every episode, and literally the whole structure of the podcast came to me. All the questions I need to ask the people came to me. It's like this podcast is not even mine. I'm just, I don't know, the voice of all the spirits and the guides, and that's how I feel. I can tell you. So what the reason why most probably that podcast came to me was because when I was completely depressed and underwater, the first thing what I lost in a deep depression was my dreams. And I'm a person with big dreams. Like when my dreams are bigger than, like fears, and I have huge fear, I know that my dream is huge. So most probably that's why I'm the voice of this podcast. But the aim of the podcast is to encourage people to dream big. And the aim of the podcast is to also, through these questions, what I need to ask each of my guests and the listeners, to actually ask the same questions themselves, so they can stop thinking about what stops them in their life and start basically collaborate with other people and making their dream fall, like happening, but also follow their intuition to see how their dream is flowing as abundance to them. Okay, this is the aim of the podcast. So when you guys from now on is asking me like what is next, you're going to hear the podcast. The podcast is like a minuscule step of what is coming next in my life. Do I know what is coming in my life? Not yet. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't know yet what is coming next. Okay, but I know it's huge. It's massive. Okay, but for those of the people, because they're people, and I like no blame here, for those people who like what I said is like, no, she starts sounding a little bit like woo and crazy. Here is the plan. My plan for 2023 is to make more time so I can do awareness meditations, awareness hours, so I can listen to my guides and follow what they ask me to do. This is the plan for 2023. Now you know what is next. Okay, because a lot of you are asking like what is next. Okay, let's see the comments. Ilona is saying I'm blushing, and yes, we do well to dream. Oh my god, yes. Dream and be true to your heart. That's exactly why that podcast was like wow. Like I can tell you when I have this kind of messages, I need to open something like my phone, my computer, or like something to write, because I need to write super quickly to be able to catch everything that is coming, because the information is quite a lot in a very short time. And I was typing, and as I was typing about the structure and the questions and like who is the audience for the podcast, like who I'm serving, literally the whole time I was having goosebumps. It was that powerful. And I can tell you, every time when I think about it, the new podcast dream, and I talk about it, it's like my whole body, every cell in my body vibrates like it's just like it's like having a party in my body. I can tell you this. It's amazing. So beautiful. You just said one of my favorite words, collaborating. Yes. Yes, and yes, collaborating. You see, it was very specific, Ingo, and that is very interesting. It wasn't like do a podcast about dreams and like teach people to push, do. That is not the podcast. It's not about pushing and going against your flow. It is collaborating with the other people. And my job as a host for the podcast is to actually encourage the listeners of the podcast to collaborate with my guests, to help the guest to basically make their dream happen. So it is collaboration. Okay. Please let us know when your podcast comes out. I will. Connie, honestly, I will. And I can't wait for this. It's just gosh, it's a lot to do, I can tell you. Royston, hello and long time. It has been a long time. It's so good to see you here, Royston. Oh my God, amazing people watching today. Love this, taking time to listen, to be still and get more curious. Yes, we're talking about the queen of curiosity, Gail Robertson. Please go and contact her and follow her what she does, because yeah, be curious. Okay, I'm gonna try to quote you, Gail. Be curious, not judgmental. This is what Gail stands behind, and it's huge. Like when I listen to this, I have goosebumps, I can tell you. Ingo is saying, looking forward to following your dream journey. Thank you, Ingo. Ilana, I love it. Thank you so much, Ilana. Thank you so much, Ingo. And Ubuntu, hashtag Ubuntu. Ubuntu is I am. Oh gosh, Ingo, can you write it down? Ubuntu is I am because of you. I am because of us. I am because of me. What was it? Ooh. Sorry, I couldn't say it. I am who I am because of all of us. I am because we are. Thank you so much. I am because we are. This is Ubuntu. Ingo is the lady who. Thanks to Ingo, I became a co-author, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Earlier this year, about 2 months ago, I wrote a chapter for the new book of Ingo. So please follow her because the book is about Ubuntu. And Ubuntu means I am because we are. That is so good. Be curious, not judgmental. Yes, absolutely. Okay, guys, I love you so much. These were the news. The podcast comes first. Podcast dream comes first. It's a lot coming after that. I can tell you, I promise you. I'm going to share my journey on LinkedIn as always. I, I kind of have the feeling like I was asked by my guides to do 2 new YouTube channels, which is very interesting. So I might start sharing kind of like vlogging. I hate somehow vlogging and me as a vlogger doesn't, those two doesn't go in the same sentence, but we change every day. So I might decide to share my journey, start sharing my journey as a video or and as posts on LinkedIn. So please stay with me. I'll be so happy to keep seeing you as my contacts on LinkedIn, as followers on YouTube, as followers on Medium account is @Biljana G. These are okay. So for those of you, let me just stop for a second. For those of you who wants to still to see all the podcast episodes, and it's like a lot of tips and tricks and hacks for TEDx. If you still want to do a TEDx, okay, I want you to go to YouTube, type @BizBilly. You can watch all the 80 episodes there because it's one place. It's the best place to go and watch all the episodes. So all the teaching, what I did is there. It is going to stay on my YouTube channel. So please go and do it. And when you go to the YouTube channel, click on the playlists because I created 9 special playlists specifically for depending where you are on your TEDx journey. If it's like the start of the journey, if it's like you already started your TEDx, working on your TEDx script, if you're right now preparing for stage, if you're waiting for your TEDx talk to be published, or if it's published but you want to do something with your TEDx talk, Caro, that goes for you as well. You're a TEDx speaker. We were both on the same TEDx stage with Caro. So if your TEDx talk was published, and Mark as well for you. So just go and do it. And do subscribe to my Medium account @BiljanaG, because that is Medium is the place where you can go and see all my newsletters. You can go and do it on LinkedIn as well, but Medium is just the newsletters, is one place. What I love about Medium is that you can listen to the articles instead of reading them. If you're on your way to somewhere, and you can, it's kind of like a clever podcast, so you can listen to the voice of someone narrating my own articles, but it's really cool. I love it. If you want to watch it, go on YouTube. The YouTube podcast, the live shows, and the newsletters, they're not the same. Okay, they're different tips, different teaching, and when you merge together, you're going to have about, I would say, 70% of my program. Okay, just well, yeah, about 70%. So go and do it. There was one more comment what I wanted to pull out just before I go. Mark, where are you, Mark? I thought I saw Mark, the other Mark. Anyway, a huge thank you to Mark as well, because he helped me a lot to create my landing pages, to do a lot. So, Mark, thank you so much. Holly, huge thank you. Anne, huge thank you. These are the people from my team and people who have been helping me massively for the past 2 years. Huge, so big, huge thank you. Huge thank you to Dinita Patney, because honestly, if it wasn't you, Dinita, to help me with all the LinkedIn strategies, I wouldn't be, I don't know, I wouldn't be halfway through. like it was a journey to rebrand from digital transformation director to, coach for TEDx speakers, with like huge leap. And Dee, you helped me with that one. Huge thank you to Andy Harrington, because you, Andy, taught me how to be a professional speaker, how to stand on stage, how to stand in front of camera, how to speak to people, how to be engaging, how to, smile and everything. It's just, it's huge, huge thank you. And one more person to thank is Matt Wilson, because Matt, you gave me YouTube knowledge. You gave me so much social media knowledge and Facebook, as much as I dislike Facebook at the moment, but gosh, that was huge. Matt, thank you so much. And also, Matt, thank you for the last event in London, Entrepreneurs Marketing Conference. That was, when was it? Beginning of December, the conference. Gosh, it was like, I was in London. I don't even remember when. Anyway, Carol, you need to go. Happy New Year to you, Carol. Gail is saying, and you will be a future guest on my new project, Be Curious, Not Judgmental Production. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm saying yes. And I know the topic of Ubuntu will also be explored, especially with the new book by Ingo being released 2023 is exciting. It is super exciting, I can tell you. Caitlin is saying, Kathleen, I'm sorry, constantly. I'm sorry, Kathleen. Dream, where dreams become reality. I love you, Kathleen. Oh my God. Thank you so much to all of you. That was it. The last show ever of the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast. I love you a lot. I'm sending you huge hug, huge kiss, a lot of love, a lot of energy. I'm not going to see you next Friday. That was it. That was the last show. Love you all.